That is a lot of Jello, and tonight on Matty Ice Reviews, we are going to be making Jello molds with this stuff? What the heck? What's up, guys? And yes, tonight we are going to be making Jello molds. And no, it's not the 1950s, it is the 2020s. So this is kind of a strange thing to make. Square and I found a cookbook in our house that was left here. It's a Mennonite cookbook that I think it's from the 60s, yeah, 1975, there you go. And it's from Sugar Creek, Ohio. So the Mennonite church down there put this together, and it had a lot of old school recipes. So in the 50s, if you don't know, Jello molds were these things that you would make with Jello. You literally, it was like some type of fancy food. You would put things into it and you would mold them up. Very creative. Well, you would think so. But a lot of times, it's just putting weird ingredients into Jello. There's ones that had shrimp, tuna. Some of them weren't so bad and had things like fruit. You had apples, you had banana, you had pineapple. So Square and I thought, let's go ahead and try and make some of these. Are they really as bad as they sound? Now, I remember one time in the 90s, my mother made a Jello mold, and it had, you know, some fruit in it. I think it had celery, and it had like shredded cheese, and it was green Jello, and I just remember eating it, and this was awful. I already don't like Jello, so putting things like fruit and vegetables and cheese into it just didn't make any sense to me. So Square and I found two recipes online to follow. The first one is going to be a little bit more on the normal side, and I think it might actually be pretty palatable. This will be what's called under the sea gelatin mold. As you can see there, it's got actually pears on top of it. Then we've got lime Jello, and then under it is going to be a cream cheese concoction. So it actually does not sound that bad. So here's the other one we're going to try from the 50s. This one is called cream chicken mold. So this one's actually made with chicken and vegetables like onions, and I think parsley's in there. I'm sorry, but chicken, really, in a Jello mold? So, you know, of course, we're gonna give it a try. So I got some chicken in a can. I figured, why not? C'est la vie. And then Square and I have two of our own Jello molds. Square is going to be making a more, I guess, normal Jello. And then my Jello that I'm making, completely off the left end. I've gone totally 1950s. This is going to have a modern twist on it. It's something they probably didn't think to make back then, or wouldn't make back then. Maybe it didn't even exist, I don't know. But the food I'm basing it on, not something you'd necessarily want in Jello. I've never said, hey, I want a Jello based on this food. So we're going to make these and kind of give you guys a little super cut of them and then let them set up, because some of these take a long time to make. You have to make like the top portion, and then you have to pour in the second portion afterwards. So we won't bore you to death with that part, but we will, you know, film little pieces here and there to let you see how the whole process works. And then everyone's part that they're going to want to stay tuned for, the taste test. Oh God, the taste test. So without further ado, let's hit it. All right, guys, look at all these Jello molds. Sorry about that one. That was the cream chicken one we made. It fell apart. It would not hold together, and the cream part kind of settled down to the bottom and didn't work quite like I thought I would. This was the under the sea one, and I used up all of the yellow Jello, so we wound up with an orange colored cream bottom. This is Sarah's take on Jello mold. Looks pretty good. And I didn't show you guys this one. I made this one myself. It's a surprise. It's a twist on a popular dish. So that's our Jello molds. We've got all of them lined up, and we are gonna start with the 50s. We're gonna see if these Jellos from the 50s are as good, or if me and Square can do better. So we have our weird one, and then we have our normal one. I figured, let's start with the normalish one. The under the sea one was kind of supposed to be a lime cream Jello kind of combination. The bottom is the cream. You've got cream cheese mixed in with gelatin, and I believe there's pears in here. And then the top is just a lime gelatin. So we'll give Square a fork. I'll get a fork, and we're just gonna, you know, take a scoop. Oh boy, I got a lot of the cream.
So did I.
There we go. It's very creamy, and we didn't mix the cream cheese too well, so it's a little on the chunky side. It doesn't smell terrible. It doesn't smell great.
No.
There's also a little bit of ginger in here. It's not bad.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You can definitely taste the pear and, you know, the pear juice that's in here. Okay. The bottom's kind of strange. Look, Thunder even wants to try some here. Oh, there you go. You want some, baby?
You say hi to everybody.
What do you think? Does it taste good?
Say hi, everybody. Hi.
You like that Jello? Is that good?
You like the Jello? Was it good?
Wow. Okay. So that one's actually fair. You know, that's what I expect from gelatin. Kind of just old kind of flavors. And then here's the chicken one. And so I said it fell apart, and it smells. Oh God, the stench on this stuff. There's onion in here. There's parsley. There's celery, black pepper. There's salt,
chicken,
a ton of chicken. I don't even remember what all we ended up putting in here. I think there's even like lemon juice.
Oh God, I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna get a little bit of the bottom, and then a nice little piece of chicken. Oh, that's a pretty big piece. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but on this, oh, it's falling off. See this chunk right here? This is a big piece of chicken. Then I got the cream bottom, and then the lemon lime top, I guess.
Tiniest amount. Oh God.
Let's try it. Nope. Oh. Wow. That was something. Oh my God. Cheese and crackers. The flavors. The flavors. Oh my God.
Oh God.
I couldn't even, as soon as it touched my mouth.
Okay.
I'm going to try some of just the gelatin by itself. No, baby, don't try that. Oh, okay. Woo.
Okay.
The lime Jello by itself, not the end of the world. I tried some of that by itself. Tastes like lime Jello with like chicken juice in it. And I had a little piece of onion that time. Not pleasant. Definitely.
The creamy part is mayonnaise. I forgot about that.
There you go.
Mayonnaise in it.
So I followed this. This is a recipe. This is literally a recipe we followed. It was very confusing, but this part, yeah, it does have. It's like I think like a half cup or something, or a quarter cup of mayonnaise.
It's a cup.
Oh, 1 cup of mayonnaise. There you go. It smells like it. Oh, God. The mayonnaise. Oh, God, the mayonnaise and the parsley. It's so bitter and sour, and at the same time, the lime, it doesn't make sense. And then oh, God, the canned chicken that we put in here. Cheese and crackers, that is something. Wow. Well, the 50s really knew how to make disgusting Jello, that's for sure. Now, let's move on to squares. Squares is very picturesque, and if you saw the video, she put some fruit in there. She's got some carrots. We've got blueberries and some cheese.
And
it's
walnuts.
Walnuts, and it's a raspberry gelatin. So it actually sounds pretty good, and it looks really good. Definitely the most appetizing that I've seen so far. So let's just dig right in and try and get a little bit of everything. I want a little piece of cheese too.
I'm trying to get a carrot too, and some cheese.
It doesn't smell bad. It smells very good, and the raspberry gelatin it smells like a like a slushy to me.
Okay.
So all right, let's give it a try.
I bet. I bet.
That's not bad.
I bet.
Minus the carrots, it would be really good.
Right, because the cheese, like, it's
Cheese is salty.
Yeah, and with the walnuts, it's got the crunchiness too, and the
The blueberries are fine in there. The walnuts are okay. That's not my favorite. But I'm trying a little piece of cheese and the raspberry gelatin by itself.
no, baby.
She can try it.
Here, you want a little bit? There you go.
Honestly, it tastes like the cheese kind of lost its flavor in there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
It looks,
waxy.
Yeah, and it just looks like shredded carrots, actually.
Yeah, it
So.
got totally dyed and it's lost its flavor. So it's really, really not that great.
Mama.
Okay, so Square did a good job. Oh, she did better than the 50s. Now comes my creation. So I wanted to make something in the vein of that creamy chicken Jello mold. So I decided, what's popular nowadays? How about a pepperoni pizza? Oh yes, I did it. I created pepperoni pizza Jello mold. I'm not sure why I did it, but I did. I just saw the stuff in the store and it called to me. So literally we'll have here yellow gelatin. We've got lemon juice in here. Cheese, Parmesan, and this is shredded Parmesan. Pepperoni chunks, and then to give us this nice tomato color. Tomato sauce, yeah, from, I forget what brand, Hunt's. There we go. I thought this sounded kind of good because I've heard of people doing like a Bloody Mary kind of Jello mold before where they'll use like Bloody Mary mix. And I thought, well, if that works, why wouldn't this work? Now, the yellow gelatin, lime, lemon flavor, whatever it is, might be the downfall of this. Or it might be the fact that it has pepperoni and cheese and tomato sauce inside of gelatin. I don't know. Let's give it a try though. It sounds delish. You guys can't really see it, but if I were to pick up the bottom, there's like pepperoni chunks like through it. Like this is pepperoni slices. There's chunks of pepperoni.
Daddy thinks he's funny.
It's so gross, and it doesn't like congeal like normal gelatin. It's got like a very grainy look to it. It almost looks like a rotten, grainy tomato.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Let me tear off this. This is just like pepperoni right here. I got like a huge chunk of pepperoni. All right. Oh, man, it smells like tomatoes.
Oh, God.
This is not going to be good.
No.
All right. I've got cheese. I got a chunk of pepperoni. It could be worse.
It's a lot better than the chicken one.
That's not the worst thing I've ever had.
No.
I'll have to say. My initial impression was a little sweet,
Yeah.
but call me crazy. It's growing on me. Lemony, tomatoey,
Cheesy. A little bit of
unfortunately
cheesy.
cheesy.
And then you got the
The
pepperoni.
Parmesan fared better, but the pepperoni's good too. I'm gonna get another bite of that. It's actually not bad. I thought this was gonna be absolutely vile.
No, yeah, it's not that bad.
Is it bad?
You're bad. Are you bad?
I actually kind of like it. Call me crazy. I've never had Bloody Mary gelatin before, so maybe that would be good, but it's actually pretty darn good. Now, putting this video together in my mind, I thought no way were any of these, except maybe the one Square was going to do, would be any good. But I think I just proved that in 60 plus years, we've come a long way, and we've really learned how to make gelatin.
Yeah. And that maybe it sounds good back in the 50s, and maybe it was just a better way to save and throw things together when you were like trying to come up with something quick. But I definitely would say that our two were definitely better than those two.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Without a doubt. And
I don't know if I can eat canned chicken now anymore.
yeah, that's kind of turned me off of that. The smell of that one is particularly gross. Maybe if you made it fresh, like you boiled your own chicken or something, wouldn't be quite as bad. But making Jello molds is the last art. Maybe I'll bring this to my next party. So, Mom, look forward to having both of you. Look forward to having these at Christmas this year, because you're going to be getting them. I'll bring back some traditions.
It was fun putting them all together and looking at the recipes and trying to figure out exactly, because we had to read them a couple times because they were so...
That's one thing that's come a long way.
Like,
The recipe for the Jello will be a paragraph, and it will literally not be divided up the way you expect it.
Right.
Recipes nowadays literally say, do this, do that. Whereas back in the day, it was a vague set of instructions with measurements attached to it.
Yep.
And you kind of had to figure it out as you were going. So as someone who's never really made a Jello mold before, I've made Jello,
right,
but never like this in a bundt cake pan or something. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us try Jello molds. And we will catch you next time.
bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.